Hey guys, Matt with Copper Owl Coins, and it has been just a little while since I've done a nickel box hunt. Couple months actually. So we're going to get back into it, back into our series. We're going to have box number 28 in our series, trying to fill those open spots in the nickel albums. And right now we stand at 182 out of 188 spots filled, just under 97%. Of course, the 6 that we're looking for are some of the harder ones. So let's see what this is not a typical box for us, but it looks like we've got some used ones there, a little bit of a loose wrapper there. Got some newer ones and some older ones. So let's see what we've got going on in this box. Hopefully we'll have some good finds. We'll bring them to you coming up next. Well, it's not going to take very long to get our first find, and a nice find it's going to be. 1944 War Nickel, and that's going to be a 44 Philly. We already have a 44 Philly, but we'll see if it upgrades. Sometimes these can be kind of dingy, but still be upgraders. Not looking too bad, though. Nice detail. Well, we're off to a hot start. Roll number 2 is going to have another find here, and just by looking at it, it's hard to say. Could it be another war nickel? Well, it's not going to be a war nickel. There's no mint mark above Monticello there. And it is Philly minted, but it looks old. Let's see what we got. 1947. Another one in the 40s. Well, the rolls are going to go 3 for 3. And this time it's going to be 1949. And another 49 Philly. All 3 Phillies. All 3 in the 40s. I'm really starting to love this box. 4 rolls in. We're going to have our 4th find and our 2nd war nickel. Look at that, 1945. So far, they've all been in the 40s. And a 45 Denver. Again, we've got a 45 Denver. We can still check that one against our book, see if it's an upgrader. The 2 war nickels we need is a 42P and a 42S. But look here. Got a really good look in. Let's see, what year is that? 1963. Man, we might have an upgrader there too. So let's take a look and we'll find out. We'll wrap it up at the end. 5 rolls, 5 finds. This one's a 1957. And, surprise, surprise, it's a Philly. Well, our 6th roll did not have anything in it, so we broke that streak. But right now, in roll number 7, we're back with what looks like an oldie. It's a Philadelphia. And, yep, 1947. That'll be our 2nd one. Well, we're keeping up at an amazing pace. Roll number 8 is going to give us our 7th find. 1953. It's a pretty ugly one. Looks like it's maybe spent some time underground. Dug it up. Got browns and blacks and all kinds on there, so I do not see a mint mark on that. We're going to call that a 53 Philly. Well, roll number 9 is going to produce at least 1 find. I'm looking here, and we've got a 1940. Let's see what mint mark we've got. 1940 Denver. And as I was scanning back, looky there, 1939. Oh boy. We need one of the D or S mint marks on this 1939. Please be there. What do we got? And it is a Philly again. Well, hey, you know what? We'll take a look and see if we've got any doubling on that one. Let's take a look here. I don't really see any. Nope. I think we're all good there. So a nice 39 Philly, though, to go along with a 40 Denver. All right, we've gotten into 2nd layer of rolls. Roll number 11. And what do we have here? 1958. And it's a 58 Denver. Roll number 13, near the end of the roll. And we're going to have a 1949. Let's see if we've got a mint mark. 1949 Philly. Well, we hit our first cold stretch of about 5 rolls with nothing in it, but in roll 18, we pick up the pace again at this one. It's a 1953, and let's see what we got. We got a 53 Denver. Man, things have slowed down quite a bit. We're into roll number 24 now after a 6-roll cold streak, and there's a 1958. And that's going to be a 58 Denver. Roll number 27 is going to give us our 14th find. And this one, well, I think it is. It's a Denver minted. Looks kind of older. And yeah, 1954 Denver. Number 15 and 16 are going to come out of roll number 28. Right here we find a 1951, it looks like. It's kind of in bad shape, but it's a 51 Denver. And then clear down here at the end, I was just looking at what was peeking out. Got this 1954. And let's see what we got. That one's going to be a 54 Philly. Now we're picking up the pace again. Roll number 29 is going to have Denver Mint. And it's going to be a 1956 Denver. Still in roll 29, 2 nickels later, we're going to have another 1947. And we might have our first S mint mark. Let's zoom in. Yes, indeed. Look at that, 47S. Roll number 34 is going to have some finds in it. And we're going to start off with this 1940 Ender. Let's see what mint mark we've got there. Looks like a Philly there. Then I think I saw another 40 all the way back here. Another 40. This one is also from Philly. So, twins from Philly in 40. Looks like roll 36 is going to bring us another find, another 1958. And it's a Denver. Roll number 37 is going to give us another 58. Let's see if we've got a Denver on that one as well. Looks like we do. All right. So that makes about 4 of those now in this hunt. Roll number 38 says, hold on, wait a second. I've got a treat for you. Right there's a 1952. And right there, back to back, is a 1958. So let's look at the 52, see what we've got on a mint mark there. Hard to say. Let's zoom in just a little bit. Looks like we've got another S mint mark, San Francisco minted 1952. And while we're zoomed in, let's look at that 58. And that one's going to be a Denver. Roll number 41. And I have my hopes up. It looks like it could be, maybe it could be some silver. Let's find out. Oh, we missed it by 1 year, transitional year, but, you know, always that chance that it could have been silver. 1941. And that looks like a 41 Philly to me. Cool find. Roll number 42. Going to bring us yet another find. This one's going to be 1953. And a little damage there. Ooh, nice little gouge, but it's a 53 Denver. We are getting down near the end. Roll number 45. It's going to give us our 30th find in this box. Really good box. That was Denver minted and 1956 it looks like. All right. 30th find, and you might be wondering, how did we get to 30? That's only our 27th one that I've showed you. Well, several rolls back, we found a 2009 Denver, another 2009 Denver, and this 2006 Canadian nickel. Got the queen there. All right, so that's where we go from 27 up to 30. this box just keeps giving. We're in roll number 46. And it looks older. Philly. And roll number 46 gives us a 46. We had that happen in roll number 41 where we got a 41 as well. Kind of cool how that works out. Roll number 47. And we have our first from 1959. So there's 1959 right there. Turn it around. And we have a Denver mint mark. Got another one that's kind of suspect right about here. Oh, 1958. Another find. 1958. That one's also from, let's say Denver. Yes, it is. Oh, that makes sense. So 59 and 58 Denver in the same roll. Roll number 49. And we have another find. It's in the 50s, 1953. Boy, we've had a lot of 50s since we started off so hot with the 40s. 53 San Francisco on this one. Nice time to find another San Francisco. Give us our 35th find in this box. Well, after our hunt, I pulled aside several of these nickels that may have something else to look at. The first of which is going to be our 1944 Philly war nickel. It could have a Henning. It could be a Henning nickel. The 1945 Denver war nickel could have a DDO. It could also have an RPM or over mint mark. The 1946 is at least a possibility of a DDR, or it could be a Henning nickel as well. 1947, there was two of them from Philly. Those could be Henning nickels. 1953, that one that was in really bad shape, it's a Philly. It could also be a Henning nickel. And then all six of the 1958 Denvers could have an RPM or an over mint mark. So we're going to come back and take a look at each one of these, see what we might have. Let's start with the 1944 Philly war nickel. It could be a Henning nickel. Let's take a look at, let's turn it on first. Now, a couple ways to recognize a Henning nickel is one by weight. If that were a Henning nickel, it would be about 5.4 grams. And we can see that one is not. The other way to tell is by looking up here at about that position on the word pluribus, the upright leg of the R. It looks like there would be a circle or almost a notch, circular notch right there in the leg, right where about that serif's at. So we don't see it there. So this one's just a war nickel, no Henning nickel. Now we're looking at the 1945 Denver war nickel that we found. This one has a possible DDO or doubling on the reverse. We're looking at the reverse first. We do not see the doubling we would expect to see right along that part of the D and then on the inside curve there of the D. So we're not seeing that. We do not have the reverse doubling. Let me flip it over and we'll take a look at the obverse. It's kind of hard to tell where the obverse doubling is on this one, but there's a couple places you can look. One of which is right here on the one at the bottom of it. The serif would look a little bit thicker and broader, and we just don't see that. There's other markers there too, but since we don't see that and we didn't see it on the D on the reverse, then we don't feel like there's all the right markers there for the obverse doubling either. Unfortunately, doubling on the reverse also included the triple DDO. It would be found most easily here at the bottom of the A on those serifs, but as you can tell, we've got a lot of edge wear there and it is gone forever. So if it were tripled, we wouldn't know it at this point. So we're just going to have to be happy with another war nickel. The 46 Philly is another hinting possibility, but we look at the weight, and again, it is well below the 5.4 gram weight that you would expect to see. But let's go over here and look at it under the scope. And we'll confirm that notch in the R is not there. In fact, it's got what looks like a ring of death right about where that would be, and we do not see the notch, so we know it's not a hinting. But let's keep looking at other markers here for a DDR, and it is hard to see because this thing's got a lot of scuffing and all that. The bottom serifs in most of these letters would be a little broader and thicker if it had the doubling, and we are not seeing that. The word pluribus, we do not see any kind of doubling along that spine either. So we're going to move on. Even though our 53 Philly is very dirty, we're looking for a hinting nickel there. Again, 5.4 is what we'd be looking for, and we're well below that. I'm not sure that in this condition we're even going to look at the notch in the R. We know that it's light and it's not a hinting. For the 58 Denvers, this is the inverted D over inverted D that we'd be looking at, the FS501. As you can see, we would expect to see the roundness of an inverted D over here to the left of the spine of that D. So let's get it on the microscope here and see if we find anything that even makes us a little bit happy there. Well, that looks like a filled in D. I do not see anything that resembles an inverted D. We'll do our second one. A lot of gunk there, but I still don't see anything that makes me think that it's inverted. That would be quite a find if we did. Kind of the same story here. Not seeing too much of it. It looks like it would be a little bit rotated as well. So we're not seeing that either. A few dings on that one, but no inversion there. Probably one of the cleanest ones we can look at, and still nothing that says inverted D on that. And our final one's got a little more wear to it. I still don't see an inverted D on that one. So that's going to wrap up looking at all of our potential varieties there. We're going to sum all these up, take a look at them, and we'll be back to wrap up this hunt. Okay, guys, we're going to do a really quick wrap up of all of our finds today, 35 in total. Start off with 3 2009 Denvers, one more than we told you we had. We got the one from Canada, and a 39 Philly. No doubling on that one. Unfortunately, we're still looking for the mint marks. We'll move into the 40s here with 2 from 1940 Phillies, 1 1940 Denver, 1 41 Philly. Then we got our war nickels, a 44 Philly and 45 Denver. We got a 46 Philly, 2 47 Phillies and a 47 San Francisco, and 2 49 Phillies. We'll move up here. This is a lower mintage one, just over 20 million made. 51 Denver. We got a 52 San Francisco, 53 Denver, 53 Philly, 253 Denvers, 53 San Francisco. That's under 20 million made, so that's a nice lower mintage. 54 Denver here, 54 Philly there, 256 Denvers, a 57 Philly, 658 Denvers, and a 59 Denver to round it out. Now, we did not have any new additions from this group of nickels, so we're not going to necessarily show the book since we didn't have those additions. We do have a number of items over here that are going to be looked at to see if there's any upgrades. If they are, they're probably fairly minor upgrades, so we're just going to call it a hunt today. No looking at the book. We still have 6 that we're looking for. 2 of them are silver, and 4 others are the really hard to find key dates and semi-key dates. So wish us luck on future hunts. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, share this out. Really help us grow on YouTube, and I will see you on the next hunt. Take care, everybody.